Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to MineMogul. I've cleaned up the back end of my setup a little bit, where all the ores are coming in and getting loaded. So it's looking good now. I've left this in here just in case I need to bring something else. But to be honest, right now I have a bit of a problem, because I think I've reached my limit on how much my smelter for iron can handle, and it's weird because it doesn't seem like there's a lot going in. Okay, obviously restarting fixed it and it's now dropped down, but it was backing up, which is potentially a little bit of a problem. However, gold and copper are not reaching the limit, so I'm going to bring in some more of that. I think I've tapped all the mines downstairs. The last couple that I had were over here, and I've plugged them in. So this was pure coal, and what I've done is I've brought it in and I've just plugged it straight into my coal belt over here. So we have more coal coming in, and the other one was iron. Now I'm thinking that was the one that pushed it over the top, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got some stuff to do because we need to bring in more gold. Our quests are ticking along nicely. Master of Iron is getting there, so it looks like that'll probably be the first one to get finished. Master of Copper is also coming along very nicely. Oh, and we've got over $1 million. How cool is that? Anyway, this setup seems to be working. I'm not having too many problems with it. I did have an issue over on this side with these plates falling, because some of them are landing on the ground. So I put up a wall over here, and there were still a couple of plates that popped out. So I'm thinking that I might just do another piece of wall. I don't have any on me anymore, but just a couple of short pieces over here. Looks like I'm okay at the moment. Everything seems clean. Nothing is dropping. The belts are working perfectly. These walled conveyors. Look at that. We've got a fairly good factory. Yeah, and the walls up here just give it a little bit extra. So I will be doing a few more of those. Maybe leave a few window areas open so I can see through. Have more of these little short ones or balconies. But I think the bulk of what we're going to be doing today is going to be up top. We are going to go and get some more copper. We're going to go and get some more gold. Perhaps a little bit more coal, because we need coal and crushed coal to meet a target. So some of that's going to have to go straight into the bin. And Master of Slag, I'd like to get that sorted out. So that's where we need the crushed coal and the coal. And we also need the broken drill bits. Now, I found 7 of them. I had 3 of them stored down here. I walked around. I found a few more lying around. And I know where there's one more. I think it's up here. So we'll get that sorted out as well. And then we'll go into the research and go and unlock our researches with the research tickets. We have 6 at the moment. I don't think there's many more researches that we need to do. I've also moved the stairs over. So we have a staircase going up to the top, and it's sort of out of the way. This should be enough space for me to get a couple of hoppers and chutes in. And we can send all of our goods from here through to the back and load it onto the belts. But yeah, there are too many resources on the map for only one smelter of each type. I don't think I'm going to push it past that. We can achieve our targets with those. Anyway, there is a lot to do today, so let's get stuck in. There's the last drill bit that we need, so I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to take it down and go and drop it in the hole. In fact, I can just drop it on this belt, it'll go through. Oh, another thing that I did was I changed the location of the polishers. I'm polishing the ingots as they come in, because it just makes it easier, and everything that comes out from there is automatically polished. So you don't have to polish each item at the end of the line. So yeah, that's done. Also, I haven't heard a lot of beeping since I've done this upgrade, which is very nice. Anyway, let's go upstairs and see what we need. I want to bring not a lot, but I do want to bring a lot of gold. And the gold is the easy one, because that one is right through this door. So I'm going to need to get some lights. And we have a couple of deposits here. There's coal and a couple of big golds. So if I pull out a conveyor, you can see that looks like it's going to be coal and gold. That's potentially just gold, and that's gold. So those can all feed through. And there's nothing further on in this cave. Oh wait, there was another one down here, wasn't there? Yeah. This looks like another coal node. Ooh, we're going to have lots of coal. Don't know if we need that much coal, but eventually we're going to put it through the shakers and get lots and lots of gems. I have an idea what I need over here. Let's just pull out the lights so I can just make sure. Yeah, this is a big coal node. Alright, so I need 3 big miners and a small one for the gold. So let's do that first. So we'll just very rapidly head down to our shop, go to mining. We want a rapid auto miner ×1 and 3 heavy auto miners. And then I also want a bunch of lights because we are short of lights upstairs. So I'll just get like 20 of them. I have quite a lot of belts. It's not going to be enough, but I can come back for more. Oh, that's a good start. Oh, good. We'll pick all of these up. And where did I not get the drill bits? Probably not. So we need 3 of these. And there they are. Oh, got all of those. So let's go up and do some gold mining. All right, so in case you don't know, this is the hole. I've come up this way. That's the back end of the factory with all of those big sorters. And we're essentially in this hole opposite that. And then we go through this way. Oh, and let me load up the lights. And I will put them kind of out of the way because we're going to need to come through here with a belt or 2. Right, so there is lighting. I'll put some over here as well, just like that. I'll probably have more lights in here. Oh, there's an emerald lying over there. Now we're going to need the heavy auto miners, and they will go there. That's gold, and that's coal. And then I'm going to hop into them and just turn them off for now, so we don't land up with a big mess. Okay, so now we can come over and we can see, okay, we're going to get ore clusters and we're going to get coal ore and geodes. From these ones, we'll get gold cluster, gold ore, geodes, and the same on this one. Super. Now I'm going to bring 2 belts through here. I will have a copper line because I do have another, no, not copper, coal. I'll have a separate coal line because the coal is going to join up with the other coal that's going to come through from that side over there. It's a bit of a way away, but we'll get it. That means I need to start organizing belts. And I would like to do the cluster breaking up here. Yeah, I'm not necessarily going to do the crushing up here because there is coal on... Oh, wait, there's no coal there. Maybe I will do some crushing up here. Need to think this through a little bit. Anyway, let's grab a belt and see how we can run this after I've broken out a few things that might be in the way. Okay. You know, we could do 2 levels. Like bring the coal out on the lower level and do one above it to bring out the gold. Could be something to do, but yeah, I'm gonna drag this through. I also need to bear in mind that the gold is the one that's furthest across on that side. All right, let's organize a belt over here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. They fit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using chutes over here. Maybe down that side. I have to bring these through very high. So I'm going to need cluster breakers before they get here. And this could turn into a bit of a mess. Where do I arrange which side they're on? Because I think coal needs to be on that side. Over on the right. And gold, copper, and if I do bring any more iron in, maybe I can rearrange the lines elsewhere. It just doesn't make sense to have the gold coming through here when the copper and iron would come through there. So that will be the gold, and then this will be the coal. Right, so I need some cluster breakers. 4 of them. Yeah, and just quickly, I'm going to run through here and go and have a look at where the copper is. I think the copper was like the first room. Yeah, over here somewhere. Yep, copper, and there's more copper over here. All right, so we've got 3. 1 of them small and 2 of them are big. And I hope my copper lines are able to handle all of that. And then through here, what do we have? Nothing. Let's get our light out. Oh, look, another one. All right, there are plenty of broken drill bits lying around if you look hard enough. So this is the copper that would go through and head up there. And then there's another coal node over on that side that I can bring through. And that'll also go through over there. And then the iron is somewhere around the corner. I'm not really concerned about iron. I don't plan on bringing too much more because we may have a problem with it. Let's just pop down and we're going to get some cluster breakers. But while I'm down there, I want to have a look at how we are doing. Yeah, it's filling up. You see, that's a bit of a problem because it gets to the point where you get pieces floating above the molten stuff and then that's going to overflow and it's going to cause problems. So to preempt that, I'm going to head over to the shop. I'm going to go into machines And I'm going to get 2 of these double ingot casting molds. Now, they're really expensive, but I think I should get them. And then while I'm here, I want to get, for now, maybe 3 cluster breakers. I'm going to get 2, but I'm also running short of conveyors, so I'm going to go get a bunch of walled conveyors, the walled straight ones. We're going to need lots, get 100 of them. Yeah, for now, I think that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. But now, if I'm going to do that switch over, I'm going to need to turn everything off. Might not be a bad idea, except that I now have a bunch of big miners upstairs that I'd have to automatically turn off when I turn everything back on again. Not a big deal. Or I could just go in here and I need to crouch, hit that button, and I think this is mold 3. Wait, did I not eject it? Eject mold 3, there we go, and then put that one straight in. And I need to take that one, wait, hang on. Alright, I'm just going to put that over there. Actually, I could pick it up. And then queue up the next one. And we're going to see if this works any better. I assume it would, because it's using double the material. It's taking the same amount of time, but it's doing them slightly faster. I think that's how it's meant to work. Alright, so eject mold 2, and that's not good. And I've got it replaced. I'll just grab that out and pick it up, and then I've got to go and find that piece, that bad piece. And I don't know which way it went up. I feel like that's going to be blocking something. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's steel. That's not the one. Is it? No, it doesn't matter. We'll go and drop it into the pit. I hope that was the only bad one that came out. Now we should be getting through the... Yeah, look at that. It's dropped. And now we're getting 2 iron ingots every time it runs. So it is a speed up operation. That's pretty cool. I'll be doing the others at some point. So that's that part done. Let's go back up. Oh, look at that. I was worried for nothing. They popped out over here because they weren't ingots. Oh my gosh, something got stuck here. Oh, there it is. Man, did I push? Oh, you know what I did? I pushed the wrong button somewhere. Yeah, I was on the wrong one. Oh gosh. Let's put this in here quickly. There. That'll solve that problem. I was wondering why there was steel. Yeah, let me go and clean up. Oh, okay, it is already cleaned up. Yeah, that could have been very bad. I'll go check upstairs and make sure that everything is good there too. Got a couple of pieces that came out. Oh, it's not good yet. Well, be careful not to push the wrong buttons, folks. That is the problem right there. Okay, everything back on track. Just need to pick these up and get rid of them. See, I dropped one down there, but that's okay. And everything here is working again. Fantastic. So let's see about those cluster breakers and if I can put them in a decent place. Okay, that could work in the hole. If I remove a few of these, I might need a support somewhere. Let's have a look at that. So it's going to go in from that side. Yeah, let's put a 1x1 down. That actually is pretty good. Oh, the thing is, can I fit another one in here? I can. So with a couple of supports down, we'll put that one in there, and that can break the coal. This can break the gold, or the other way around, doesn't really matter. So I'll bolt the belts back from here. Oh, darn. That is a pain. Any chance I could break this out? Come on, let me break it, darn it. Okay, new idea. So we're going to do that. And then the gold will come into this line. The coal I will need to change. And the position of this light as well. We can have a light over there. Probably get another one or two around here. Okay, we've got light. So I will, oh right, I was going to bring the gold through on the top belt because it's up there anyway. And then I can bring the coal through on the bottom. That makes life a little easier. Take these 2 out, or those 3 out, put the bend on, and a straight line. Right, that is that. So we've got the coal coming out. Now, we're going to get geodes out of that as well, so I'm going to have to make a plan to split those out somewhere. Yeah, that could be slightly tricky. Anyway, I need some walled ramps. Why does it look like I don't have any walled ramps? Did I run out? Oh no, there they are. Put that in over there. And we need a straight bit over there and a bend over here. And then I can carry that line all the way through to bring the gold in. I'm not sure, but I might be doing this wrong. Because if I do it like this, where am I going to split the geodes out? On the normal ones, the gold and copper and iron, the geodes will split out when they get to those sorters. It's the one on the coal belt that I'm a bit concerned about. I think I can wangle that. Yeah, okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to be bringing that coal belt through, I'll bring it under and take it from there over that way. I'll be able to split it somewhere down there and then throw those geodes through a polisher and into the bin or onto the gem belt where the other ones are going anyway. I hope. Alright, that's fine. We're okay. Then I can plug those in like that and then just finish off the rest of these belts going back to the miners. This is the coal, so we'll get this one done first. So we've got the belt coming from the miner. We're doing a little bit of a turn. Wrong way. Switch direction. And a couple more straight bits. And that coal is in. I am going to need to be careful because I need to bring another coal line to tie into this one. I might need to bring it through and then plug it in here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this needs to come out, and then I need to replace that with a walled merger. That's that guy. And, well, that's almost perfect, actually. Almost. Yeah, that's the one I want. Good. And then that belt will plug in and bring the other coal in. Now, for the other ones, the cluster breakers, I'm going to put closer to them. This one over here. Now, I still need coal to run the steel. So I'm going to get this miner in. This is one of the rapid auto miners, and it needs a bit. So we'll grab that. And why would it come out this side? Oh, well, it comes out that side. So we'll put that in and immediately turn this off. And what I think I may do with this is just do a loop. So from here, we can bring this over, bend it around. Actually, is that the right thing to do? Yeah, I think it'll work. And then bring this through. Now, I don't know if having a bend over here is the best idea. It could be tricky. We'll check it out. Anyway, I've got a few bits to break out of here. Get it out of my way. Get my ramps back in, and that will come down like that. And it does appear to be going in the right direction. Put that over there and bend it that way. We'll have another bend over here. That direction. Belt in there. Couple of belts in there. And there we go. We are hooked up with the gold and this coal all the way through to the hole. Good. Now, before I get into the copper, I think I'm going to get this slot finished. And give me a second to think about how I'm going to do this. Right, so at the bottom, I've put these three in. The height is safe, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that slope down here. And if we look above, I should be able to fit chutes in above that. So I could bring those belts out and then drop them onto these. That means I'm going to need a lot more chutes than I have. Unless, let's see. This is the one we're going to bring through first. Will it go over all the machines? Maybe. So this one will be for the gold. You know, this may actually work. I need one more belt in here, and then I can put chutes in. I'll need a bottom chute over there, and a top chute. So we'll just stick that one in for now. I'm just going to run back up the top. Yeah, I'm going to need another one here. Hey, this might actually work. And then we can do the same for the other two. It could make getting around this area... No, not really. I won't be able to jump over the machines quite like I used to. But yeah, this could work. I'll just take out some support so they don't get in the way of things. Alright, I think I need to go and do some more shopping. I need chutes. It's not as long a drop as I thought it would be. I may have other chutes over on that side, because if I bring these in high, I can bring them over the lines that they need to go into and just drop chutes onto those lines instead of trying to merge them. Yeah, let's give that a go. So into the shop we go. Chutes, I need, let's get 6 for now. Top chutes, I'll get 6 of those. And regular chutes, I don't know, I need a bunch of them. Let's get 20. Oh, we also have angled chutes. Top angled chute. Yes. That might be better for loading them onto a belt. We'll get 6 of those as well. Alright, purchase. And we can go and pick all of this up. Good, got everything. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go and have a look at research. First of all, we are complete with almost everything. This geode thing is still a pain, but we're only 1 amethyst short now. So that'll be finished soon enough. These ones are all activated. Nothing I can do there. Research, I have 6 tickets. And I don't know what's going to be really important. This hatched chute is toggleable hatch. Okay, so I have no idea. We'll unlock that. We'll unlock that. We've still got 3. We'll get that, and we still have 1. This one costs 3. Alright, well, that would be the last one then. And I don't really intend using it that much. Right, let's go and finish the connections. And I was being a bit of a doofus. Alright, I'm going to try this angled chute at the bottom. Let's go and see. Yeah, that'll work better, I think. Because then there's no chance of something falling off the back of the belt. I mean, it's not exactly a bottom chute, but it's going to drop everything onto the belt exactly where I want it. While I'm here, I just want to have a look at this back area. Yeah, I can extend this platform out and do something with a coal over here. Over the top of all of this. Yep, okay. Just in case you're a bit confused why I'm not just merging the coal in to feed into that line, the reason is because if you go into the quests, this coal mogul, 10,000 crushed coal and 5,000 coal ore. I need to account for that, and if I don't have it separated, then it's going to take a really long time. But also, if we go to MineMogul, we need a lot of gems, so we can use that same coal line, put it through shakers, and turn that lot into gems. That's the idea anyway. I hope I've got my thinking right around that. And we will need a top chute. Is that a top chute? I think it's a top chute. So that sorts everything out for the gold and coal. Yeah, that sorts everything out for the gold and coal all the way through to here. The gold is going to be a longer line, so let me get that going. I'm going to bring that all the way through, and I am probably going... Yep, I'm going to need to dip. So I'm going to try from up here to do that. It's so difficult. There. Oh, and this is brilliant. This is going to drop in on that belt right there. Right, so a top chute over here. Oh, I went one too far. Let's just take that out. The top... we're going to take that out as well. A straight belt to here, and then the top chute. And then bring this down to there. And a bottom chute over there. Excellent. I'm a bit concerned about things going over the top, but I don't think we got that much coming through that I should be worried about that. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the coal. And that is going to mean I'm going to need more platforms. Then I also need to decide what level I'm going to do it on. I think if I... Oops. A little bit too far down. If I do it on this level, it feeds right over the gem belt. That's pretty good. Yeah, that will do perfectly. Now, I don't need a lot of platforms out here, but then I just need to loop that belt back to come through and land somewhere here. Alright, I need to get more platforms. So, back in building, and we'll get a whole bunch of these big ones. Maybe 30, that hopefully will be okay. And we'll collect them, and we'll start putting these in. I'll extend it out, probably don't need this much. Oh, geez, and I'm putting the wrong ones in. My goodness, I'm going to have to break all of these out. I keep forgetting to do that. I don't want the framed ones. So, I'm going to rip all of these out, and then put those in like that. That's what I want. And now that those are all in, I can go through and remove their supports. And I think I am... Oh, done. Yeah, there we go. All good. So I need to bring the coal through to here, because I'm going to drop it in, but I'm going to need to split it first. And I might actually need to split it and then put half of it through a crusher, and then I can just drop it off over here. So for now, maybe another one of these, so that I can drop it, and I can just get rid of that. Get some lighting in this area because it's pretty dark. And then I need to head up to the top, and that belt is going to come down over here, and I can just send it backwards. So we'll do that, and hopefully I can go all the way through at this height. Oh, I can. And this has worked out pretty nicely. I am not interfering with any belts with these supports, but I'm going to take them out anyway because they don't look cool. Ah, I'm hearing beeping for the first time in a while. Don't know where it's coming from. I'm not going to get myself worked up about it. That will be where that goes. You can also take the supports out for these, so yeah, I'm not going to do that immediately. I'll take chutes all the way down to the bottom, or maybe not, because I do need to put part of this through a crusher. Okay, it was this one that was beeping. Was that slag coming through? Yeah, I think it was. Sometimes things happen. Wait a minute, that's not right. Why is there so much? No, it's not this one. It must be the one downstairs now. Or upstairs. It doesn't matter. So if I'm going to be splitting and then crushing, this will be temporary, the splitting and crushing, until I need the huge amounts of gems. So I think I'm going to loop this back this way and then ramp it up. Have I got the direction right? Yeah, it's going to have to go 2 up, and then I can put a... Oh, I can't do that. I've got to split it first. Oh, looks like I'm going a little further over this way. I don't think I have any splitters on me. Yeah, I got these splitters, but nah, not going to use those. Alright, well, I'll just leave a space for a splitter. We'll have that go up over there. Then the split will need a bend coming out of it. So we'll do that, and then there will be... This will be looped around this way. I'll have a merger over here, so I can just merge those 2 lines. Yeah, like that. Just a few extra platforms. That's not going to interfere, I hope. Well, I'll take out the supports. Then I need 1 crusher to come in here. That'll give crushed coal. It'll send crushed coal. And then this will be split. And then this line will continue out this way and go straight into the bin. Right there. So we need another chute coming down, and then maybe one of those angled chutes. Yeah, this one. Rotate it that way. That'll go into the splitter, and then from the crusher will put the outputs on the side, and 1 more bend over here. So, splitter and a crusher in the shop. I'm pretty sure I've got an ore crusher lying around somewhere, but you know what? It's fine. Oh, thank you very much for the comments, by the way. Somebody said that I can drop my spare stuff off that I'm going to use into the bin and it'll get rid of it, so I'm going to do that. Then on conveyors, the only problem here is I've only got this 1 smart splitter that actually is kind of worth something. I could use the routing conveyor. No, smart splitter. Get that. Alright, we got the stuff, and we can pick it up and head upstairs. Right, so the splitter. Oh, this is not going to work the way I wanted it to. Well, it might. Hold on, they're different. Oh, there we go. It does work that way. Perfect. Okay, good. And then we can grab the crusher, put that in. Oh gosh, am I high enough? I don't think I'm high enough for the flippin' crusher. No, I am. Right, there we go. Crusher's in. That's all in. This is all done and ready. Why do I not have the right ramps here? Let's sort that out quickly. So that and that. And there we go. Wouldn't you believe it? I put the wrong platforms in here. It's fine. You can just delete them and we will replace them. Now, I don't think I'm going to fit under this one. Yeah, I'm not. The stairs will become useless. So this one's actually got to go and be replaced with one of these over there. And then I can go and remove all of those supports. Right, we're good. So just to run through everything before I go and turn things on. This is good. This will split 2 ways. Excellent. The chute is set up at the top. I hope that there's not going to be an issue with that. This chute I need to bring down. So we'll grab this one, put it in there. The regular chutes going up, and I'll build the rest from the top. So right there, and then I need a top chute, and that can go in there. Awesome. Now I can turn those machines on and check that they work before I connect the other coal node in here. I'm going to break a little bit of stuff out because I'm going to have to jig around this corner anyway. That's okay. I think we're all good. I think I can switch those machines on. Let's go do some more mining. We'll see how that affects our gold production. So yeah, instead of going and switching them on one by one, I'll just hop in here and turn on all auto miners, and these will start working. Now that should increase the gold production quite a bit. Alright, I'm seeing gold coming through. There's the coal. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't separate out the geodes on the coal line. I'm gonna have to do that somehow. Gonna have to be a sorter basket. If I put it through a crusher, I don't think it's gonna be happy. I'll think about that. Yeah, it may get a little bit unhappy if I try and put a geode through the small crusher. Well, let's see what happens. Alright, we got our first coal coming through. And I heard something break. What the heck was that? Something went through and broke. Alright, well, these are fine. These are going to do the job for us. Not a lot coming through. Not much at all. Alright, so I can go and connect that other miner and I think, oh, you know, I made a mess. Because I turned them all on and I've got that other coal miner that's not connected to anything. Okay, let's go and fix that. Yeah, he's already got a collection. So, turn off. Right, now I need to bring this one out anyway, so let's start working that. This is also pure coal. Oh, that would come in from here, so there would have to be a merger over there. So we can do that. And we'll need one more if we're going to use the other miner. Was it only these 2 coal nodes? I think it was only the 2. Well, that's going to give us a lot of coal. Right, I'm going to need to buy some more conveyors. This lot is not going to last very long. And there's more coal. This is the iron area. There's more coal over here that I could take out. Yeah, that's another big coal. Is it coal? I think it's coal. No, it's iron. It's weird that it's showing... Do I have any miners that I could test? No, I don't. Odd that I've got an extra couple of drill bits, but no miners. Wonder why I did that. Anyway, let's see what's over here. Oh, these are big iron ones. Whoa, hold on. Is that all coal? That might all be coal. Holy cow, there's a lot of coal. Might be a little bit too much for me, but okay, we'll bear that in mind. That comes from there. Okay, well, we'll merge them in if we need to. So I'm just going to carry on this belt from there and try and find my way to that big hole and keep things relatively tight. And it's a long way through. And I'll just keep it at this level. I think I can make that gap. And that was my last conveyor. All right, well, I need to bring this belt through around this corner and up that way. And in the meantime, the gold is coming through. It's actually really not that much gold. And things are falling onto the belts. They are not falling onto the ground. That's very good news. I'm getting a lot more beeping all of a sudden. I see more mess over here. Where is that beeping coming from? And every time I get close to where I think it is, it stops. So I can't really figure out what the problem was. Anyway, we've got extra gold coming through, so how are we doing? Wait, I hear it. Where is it? Damn it, went off again. No idea. And now that I'm standing around here waiting for something to happen, nothing's happening. Alright, let's go to the shop and get some more conveyors. So, straight-walled conveyor. We'll get another 100 of those. Bends and ramps, I think we're okay on. We'll eventually need more chutes, but not now. So let's just get that. And we head back to the top. Alright. We continue with the long line. That light is going to need to move. So we'll sort that out immediately. And shove it over... Can we stick it over there? No, it doesn't work so well. Put it over there. Still got a few more straight bits to put in. And that should get me around the corner. So we go that way. And I'm just keeping it elevated because I'm hoping that it just ties in very nicely over there. And I'm going to bring it over to avoid all of those things probably needing to jump on top of this one. So we will get this from the top. I'll go over as far as possible. I think that's the line. Let's draw it through. No, I could have gone further over. Yeah, that's good. Plug that in, remove these 2 over here, and yeah, that's the good line. Keeping everything tightish. And then bring it around the corner. And at this point, I think I'm going to go down. So that will take it to the right level. Just got to make sure the direction's right. Bend this one in. Get these out. Another bend over there. And boom, we are tied in to the coal line from that side. So let's go and get that miner in. We need to come back and put this mine in, but that's going to work for now. So let's grab what we can over here and chuck them on this belt and get it a little cleaned up before we turn the machine on. I think I've got it mostly cleaned up now. All right, so we got some coal chunks going through there now. Let's turn this one on, and we will let that feed. So the master of slag, the biggest part there is the crushed coal and the coal ore. And we're busy sorting that out now. It is building up, so we are getting there. The other bits, the ingots and all of that, I think I'm going to do those manually. I'm just going to stuff a piece of coal in somewhere it doesn't belong and hope that we get the output that we're looking for. Right, let's have a look at the gold, make sure everything's still going. Yeah, there's definitely been an increase in the gold production. It's looking pretty good. And just keeping an eye on the iron, yeah, those double casting things are working really well. It actually increases throughput a heck of a lot. So we did finish something. What did we finish? Master of Iron, did we finish that? We did, look at that. So the next one's available, might as well activate it. We're almost done with Master of Copper. 50 more copper pipes and we're done with that. Gold, well, we're getting there. Why is there no coal coming through? Okay, wait, that's a little concerning. Hang on, let me go and see what's going on there. Well, it's coming through. All right, that's where we are. That's where we're getting gems. We're actually getting gems. I need to do a splitter so I can save some of those gems. Yeah, there's a few diamonds coming through here. Yeah, heck of a waste. But that has to happen before the crusher. I think I might need to do it over here. And that means I need a sorter. Damn that beeping. Well, I'm not even going to bother looking because most of the time the beeping stops before I get there. Okay, I need to filter the gems out of that coal line. So, back to conveyors. We need the sorter conveyor. Purchase that. And we'll go and install that. But not before... Oh, wait, I'm going to need another polisher as well. Because I can't really get those diamonds onto the gem belt. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. If I do it up there, the gem belt is down here. The polisher for the gem belt... Oh wait, I didn't need to get a polisher. I've got one here. Don't need that anymore. This is the gem belt. I could bring it through and drop it into this line. Why not? Let's give it a shot. Because I'm hearing diamonds breaking. So this is where it's all happening. I need to get the sorter over there. Okay, so that's the bottom one. That'll drop it onto the gem line. Yeah. Okay. I keep falling down. I need to get a better access to the top level from here. Right. So this is where I'm going to do it. Right there. We'll put this over that way. Oh, it's probably not... oh, gosh. I'm making a little bit of a mess. Bring that out there. And then I want a diamond to go in there. And that's now going to drop out. That's fine for now. It's not going to get polished, but it's going through. And I'm getting mess in here. That's also fine. Reconnect that. I'll go and find some more gems to shove in there, like geodes or something. But I think it's only diamonds that are coming through from... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a big node, so there'll be geodes as well. Now I need to bring this out and bring it to this line over here. So something like that. I think that's the right line. Might be. Oh, and I need to immediately drop it over here. Yeah, that'll work. Top chute there. Regular chutes going down there. And that should send any diamonds we're getting from the top through here and onto that belt where do they get polished? Yep, they get polished right here. So let's sit here for a second and keep an eye. See if anything does. Yep, there we go. There's a diamond. Perfect. All right, so we're separating the diamonds out. Yeah, and we're still getting a mess over here. It's not too bad. It's easy to fix. I think just board this up so that, because I think they're falling down and then they're popping out of here because they're colliding in midair with something else. There really doesn't seem to be much coal coming through. I'm going to remind myself how many miners I need. Yeah, so we got a big miner, and a small miner. This will increase coal a huge amount. And then over there we got some iron, which I'm not interested in right now. And I could just bring those out and merge them into our existing line. Yep, that looks... I think what I can do is I can replace this bend with a merger that goes like that. Yeah. And then this can go... Oh, hang on. Oh, I had to merge it the wrong way around. It needs to go that way. So yeah, like that. That looks better. And then straight belt can come through. And those coal nodes can tie into this. Good. And we can give this area a little light as well. Super. Let us get this sorted out. So this will come out. This will drop into here. Do a bend. And another bend. That will fall into there. And then we can bring this one around. And immediately bring that up. I think by 2. Now this one comes out on this side. I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do over here. And because I'm going to put a fast miner, that will go in there and I'll be able to merge like that. Bend in here, and that line goes through to there. And then we just need to tie this one in. Let me bend it out of here immediately and see how far over we can go. Not all the way. That piece of coal is in the way there. Get rid of that. Send that way. Couple of belts. Looks like I'm on the right level. Bend and straight, and then I need I don't know, will that work? Maybe I should come out one more. Looks like I might be clipping with the miner. Better safe than sorry. So straight out, and then we'll do the bend over here and then connect that through, and the final bend right there. So 2 big miners and a small one. Right, in we go. Oh, we're very, very close to finishing the Master of Copper. So miners, 2 heavy auto miners and 1 rapid auto miner, and I've got the bits already. So we can just pick these up and head all the way back upstairs. Oh gosh, this is bad. What the heck happened here? I was wondering why there was so little coming through. I can't even see what's wrong. Did I forget to attach a belt or something? I don't think I did. Did they all just get jammed? Oh dear, that is pretty bad. Okay, I'm going to turn something off. Actually, I'm going to turn everything off. I think the problem is they're big chunks and they're getting stuck underneath this conveyor. Solution? Get rid of this. Move it over there. No, I can't because I've got stuff coming out of here. Darn, that's not good. I have another solution. And that's where I take belts out over here on the gold line. And I raise it up. Alright, let's see if I can get this fixed. Okay, so if we raise it up over there, and then do this, bend in over here, and then I can delete these. And now I just have to get that belt back down. Yeah, that's not going to work so well. I'm going to need to maybe drop it in from the side. Let's see how we do this. No, it'll work. Okay, so there's also these supports. So if I get rid of those, why are you guys not working? Alright, we'll wait for this to unjam. Oh, I see what the problem is, you know. Because these 2 are merging and they're big chunks, it causes a problem. Because 2 chunks coming in from the same side, they get wedged in here and they can't go through. Okay, well, there's going to be a solution for this. And I think that means that I probably need to do a little bit of braking, cluster braking over here and on the other side. So I'm going to need a second cluster breaker, and then I don't need this one anymore. So we can take that out. We'll bring that down. We'll connect those in, and now I am trapped. Okay, I built some stairs to get out of there. Right, so I think one of the cluster breakers is going to be over here, and I do have 2. I think this seems like a good spot for it, although I could have a problem further back because I'm merging more over there. Oh, yeah. So let's not do it here. We'll run all the way back to those coal mines. Yeah, this is going to be an issue as well. We've got clusters coming from there, we've got clusters coming from there. And there's going to be a bunch coming from there because there are 2 of those big mines. Well, well. Interesting issue. Looks like I'm going to have more cluster breakers. That means ramping up. Cluster breaker over here. Oh, it doesn't like that it doesn't have support, so we'll give it a little. Is that the right? No, I think that's the right level. No, it's not. It was the lower level. So we'll put those in. That is green, and it's not on the right line. I'll do that again. Oh, that's on the right line. And then I can plug this in. Oh, this ramp is in the wrong direction. That's that fixed, and then that can go in. Okay. Now that one merging shouldn't be a problem. Then we can come over here. We're going to have... this is not merging, it's just dropping onto the belt, so I think that'll be okay. But there's a merge over there. So somewhere over here I need to do another one. And I'm going to need to buy myself some more cluster breakers. And that will go in there. Then I'll need to break out some more. Just a couple more so that I can ramp this back up onto the belt. Is that right? It is right. Alright, so that's that done. And then I'm going to need to go and buy myself another cluster breaker so that I can fix that side. Alright, let's do it. And after a very fast run, there's a cluster breaker. I'll be buying more of those now that I know that the walled belts are a problem with the clusters merging. Oh, look at that. We got a geode. I don't think that's amethyst. I don't think so. Anyway, over to here. I'm going to need to break out 4. Well, I'm probably going to need 6. So we'll ramp this up over there. Get our cluster breaker. That's not going to work. That must come out. Rotate. That needs to go in there. And that will feed out. The rest of these up top are gold, so those aren't an issue. Yeah, we don't have any other gold nodes that I can see, so we're not going to be merging. Those will be fine the way they are. Okay, so I think that will solve that problem. Let me just clean up this mess and see if my theory is correct. Yeah, you see how they get wedged. So if they come through too fast, or 2 of them, you only need 2 of them to stuff everything up just by going through at the same time. And then they just get wedged. Oh, and I'm making a heck of a mistake here. I'm just sending these... Oh, but you know what? If I'm not wrong, the clusters, they don't break in the chutes. Oh, God, I've really stuffed it up. Well, I would have thought, I mean, if you walk with them and you bump them slightly on something, they break. Yeah, that's going to make a mess downstairs. Well, I might have to just set up a temporary thing just to fix this. Okay, let's go put those other miners in. So we'll grab the big boys first, and they go there and there. All right, those are working. And we get the quick guy in over here and give him a bit. There we go. And now he's working. Whoa, that's iron. Whoa, that's not going to work at all. All right, let's just delete that. And before things get out of control, I've just thrown everything off the belt. Okay. And how did that get in there? Oh, right, because I dropped it. Okay, good. Coal working. And I think I'll just switch everything back on again. So, turn on all auto miners. Yeah, well, I'll do something with that iron one over here eventually. Or, hold on, was this the coal one that I was supposed to attach? This is the coal one I was supposed to attach. That. Oh, now it makes sense. Alright, good. So that's all working. We've got a very nice flow going through here. I'm going to have to go through and see how badly those clusters I dropped through have damaged the stuff downstairs. This will all start coming through. This is all coming through. Not a lot from there, but it's coming. Let's go and have a look at the bottom and see what's going on down there. Well, it seems like everything's okay here. Oh wait, am I looking at the right one? I think I am. Alright, well, I'm just waiting for everything to ramp up again. And we only have 2 copper pipes to get. Oh, look, and we've got some more slag. Slag ingots, yep, I need those. So let's do not on conveyors. Grab all of those, and we can go and shove them in here. Sorted. Oh, look at all that coal coming through. And why is that diamond there? That shouldn't be there. And there's a geode. No. The geodes are not supposed to be coming through here. I missed that one. Maybe I should split geodes out over here, have a separate sorter. Although, that might have been because of the big chunks that I sent through. Yeah, it could have been the big chunks that were maybe stuck in here or something. Because I don't see anything coming through now. Although, there are some... Oh, that's not good. I just saw those geodes go up there and get crushed. So that is going to have to go upstairs. They actually just disappear when they get crushed. So I'll very carefully drop that in to there. And if I find any different color ones, then I'll deal with those as well. But man, we are getting a lot of coal through now. And it does look like we've finished with Master of Copper. Perfect. So let's have a look at that. Yep. Available. Activate that so we can get it started. I have to say, we are getting a lot more diamonds through. And we'll get a lot of emeralds through as well. I reckon we're getting quite a few down that side. Anyway, I've got to keep an eye on things upstairs. Because, you know, things can go wrong. This all seems to be working absolutely perfectly now. Yeah, very good. No issues anywhere up the line. Everything is good. All right. Yeah, this episode was a bit of a slog, but you do get to that point where you do need to do a little bit of slog so that you can ramp up production. We are into the final stages now. We're almost finished with Master of Gold. It'll still be a while. Everything down here is still looking good. Now I have capacity for more iron. I do need to add more copper. And I also need to replace all of the ingot molds with the double ingot molds. And we're also up to 1.3 million. That looks good. Oh, look. I don't know how this is happening, but I do kind of appreciate it because this is the way that we're going to get through that Master of Slag thing. It's not going to happen instantly, but I don't have to set up a separate production line for slag, and I certainly don't want to do that. It is odd, though, that the slag only happens to come out of the bottom one. There's never any slag up here, unless I have been confusing my locations, but I haven't seen slag bars on this side. I always see them at the bottom. It's interesting. The good news is we have finished the slag ingots with those last few that I threw in. So now if I get any more ingots, I can put them through the rods and the plates. What is that slag junk cast? I don't know what that is. Actually, we don't need plates for the Master of Slag. It's just pipes. Pipes and rods and threaded rods. Yeah, I'll get through that slowly. Not going to focus on it. We are doing pretty okay here. Everything is flowing nicely. We are not overloading our smelters. And I think that is where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. There's probably many different ways you can do this. I'm doing it this way because I started doing it this way and I don't feel like changing everything around. But you learn little things like merging clusters doesn't work so well. And then you make the corrections. And at this stage, the corrections are fine. I mean, we don't have to worry about them too much because we have got so much money we can fix anything. Anyway, I'm going to let this run a little bit between episodes. I'm not going to do much more. Next episode, we'll sort out a bit of extra copper, maybe more little bits of iron. We'll bring them in from the top, drop them into our sorters over here, make sure we don't have any issues, try and find that last polished amethyst. I'm sure that we've broken a few of them somewhere along the line, but we have got the others. And we should soon be finished with Master of Gold. Master of Steel is close behind. Awesome, we are reaching the end game. And I can build myself a little house. Don't know where yet, maybe down here. Could be. But thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!